And you know what happens? Sometimes it happens like that. Let's see if we can get her in here. Hey, Tara, you hear me okay?
I'm here. I hear
Huh?
you.
No, we're working with, Wi-Fi. So
It's a joy.
it's a thing. It's a thing. I get it. Hey, I was just trying to tell everybody about Kingsford and basically what they're trying to do. Talk about before we dive into your history. Can you talk a little bit about this? How you heard about the Preserve the Pit campaign? Did they reach out to you? Did someone say, "Hey, I heard about this thing"? And then walk me through the timeline of this whole process.
Exactly that. I believe it was March. A friend of Corey's had actually sent him a text and said, "There's this Preserve the Pit program. You guys should apply for it." And at the time, it was a crazy time and not the best time to do it.
You're right.
But I, because we are so passionate about making sure that this business is a long-standing business, some opportunities we just bite the bullet and fill out the paperwork, even though we were right in the middle of being declined and denied for multiple, numerous things. Um, and I was in the middle of frustration. So I was like, you know what? This is just going to be therapeutic. I'm going to type all these things and I'm going to try. We probably won't get it, but it's okay. It's just another opportunity. So
Mhm, mhm.
I filled out the application, submitted that, um, and went on about life, never thinking about it again.
And then,
And then we get an email in April that says congratulations, you've been
wow.
selected as one of the fellows for the Kingsford Preserve the Pit program. And really, one of the reasons why we filled it out is because we've always been trying to find mentors in our field who know and understand barbecue, who can be even a sounding board for us in the business. So that was one of the main things that really attracted me to the Kingsford Preserve the Pit program, because when I looked at the list of mentors, we were like, man, if we could just talk to one of those people, that would be amazing. So when we got the email that we were one of the finalists, we were just over the board, honestly thinking we were one of hundreds or maybe 50 or maybe even 20 other fellows. But then we had our first meeting and they said, we're waiting on the other two fellows. And we're like, oh, maybe they're just doing it in groups of three. and
Little did you know.
little did we know that it was only three in the nation that were chosen, which
Wow.
was out of nearly 1,000 applications. And we don't take that lightly at all. Very, very, very grateful for this opportunity.
As well deserved. First off, because I mean, we've had Daddy Pete's, we've gone to your food truck numerous times, and absolutely love the food. So you talked a little bit. I mean, I know this fellowship this comes with a little financial award, and of course, every restaurant in the world could use that. We all know what the bottom lines are like and what COVID has done for business. But when it comes to that fellowship that you're talking about, what you said that drew you to it, to be able to talk to these others. What were some of those names that were out there, and what did you want to talk to them about?
So there's Kevin Bledsoe, who is very well known. He has a restaurant in California. There's Amy Mills. Her father built an amazing restaurant business called 17th Street Barbecue. Rashad Jones, who has a establishment in Florida, and then another gentleman who has another one in Atlanta. All of these people are, if you're in the world of barbecue, they're all very well known and they have very well established businesses. And that's what we wanted. We've always wanted, when we started as a food truck, we started as a barbecue food truck. In Grand Rapids and in Michigan, there weren't many other people we could talk to who were in that field. So all along, we just wanted to find people who were beyond where we were, so we could talk to them about how do we get to the next level. One of the things that really wasn't helpful for us for day to day life was to be able to hear stories of people who started with a dream and now they have something successful. There's a lot of information on the starting, a lot of information on the now where I'm successful, but we really wanted to talk to people about how we bridge the gap from the beginning to being successful. And there wasn't a lot of information, and there weren't a lot of people who were sharing that kind of information. So being tied into this program connects you one-on-one with someone who has that type of information and can tell you, no, you're not crazy. This is part of you know, the things that you're experiencing. This is par for the course for the business.
Okay.
Keep holding out. There is hope at the end, and you're on a good path. So those are the things that really attracted us.
Wow. What an invaluable resource. I mean, to be able to connect with those other titans of the industry, you know, that have been there and done that, and to give them some insight and expertise. That's phenomenal. So is this a lifetime award? Is it an annual fellowship? How does it work?
This is the very first year, so they are. We're kind of building the plane as we fly.
Okay. Okay.
But in talking to we've already had a couple of conversations with some of the mentors, and specifically the one that we've been assigned to. And what has been really amazing is their commitment level, regardless of the time frame that's set for the fellowship. They still have a long-term commitment to making sure that we're successful, though, especially us who are the first three. So even in our first meeting with our mentor, who was Rashad Jones in Florida, we thought, okay, he's a well-known guy. He's had a TV show on Food Network, and he's done all these things. He's probably just going to say, hi, how are you? Nobody. And this is who I am, and I'll be your mentor. This call lasted, we thought would be maybe 30 minutes to an hour. It was a 5-hour call. The only reason the call ended was because our Wi-Fi turned off.
Oh, wow.
He told us that he is very committed to us, and when we are scheduled to meet, that he blocks the entire day, and whatever we need to know, whatever he needs to do to help us, that time is for us. And that just really blew us away. It made it clear that it was more than just a photo op opportunity. It's an actual true commitment to our business. So we couldn't have asked for more.
Amazing. Yeah, it's the real right there. So
Right.
it's good for you to be able to have that. And that is something that people think about. And maybe this is just, you know, a PR thing, a promotional thing, but to hear that this is legitimately going to help your business and help you grow, well, that excites us, because we're big fans of Daddy Pete's. You know, West Michigan, we love you. So when it comes to the origin story, I guess I buried the headline. Who's Pete?
So Daddy Pete's Barbecue is named after my husband's father, but his father's name is not Pete.
Okay. Okay, there's got to be a story there.
Yes, there is. So his father is from down south, and from the area that he lived in, if they didn't know your name, they called you Pete. And so he moved up north with that nickname of Pete, and that name just kind of stuck with him. And so my husband would call him sometimes Daddy Pete, and he's like, no, son, I'm just Dad. But Daddy Pete kind of just stuck with him. So my husband, he was a Corey Davis is my husband. He's our pit master.
Corey, right.
He worked for the state, and he was a social worker and had lots and lots of cases. And so barbecue was his outlet. But barbecue, it's a memory that he had from his father as a child, because his father had many hats, and barbecue was also his outlet. So when we started Daddy Pete's Barbecue, the name came from out of his father.
So it's I'm hearing meat therapy. That's what I'm hearing right now. I love it. Gather around, carnivores. So when it comes to the origin story, you said you started as a food truck, but really it started at home, right?
Well, yes. So what originally happened was when Corey first started barbecuing, bless his heart, he really enjoyed it, but it was not good.
You hear that, Corey? On record.
And I've said, he knows that I say this all the time. And so whenever he'd say, all right, I had a stressful day at work, I'm coming home and barbecuing, my daughter and I would be like, okay, we'll have takeout. And so he made it his mission to become a student of barbecue and to perfect his recipe so that we never chose somewhere else over his. So,
so we have you to thank, Tara. Your quality control. Yeah, I wouldn't taste it at all if it wasn't for your discerning palate.
Absolutely. The first time he made brisket, I was like, okay, maybe I just don't like brisket. This is not pleasurable. So that at that time is when a lot of TV shows came on, and so we would nonstop every single day be watching TV shows about barbecue. He ordered books about barbecue. All life became barbecue, and then he won. So our church had a barbecue contest,
Okay.
and he entered and he won that contest. And so a lot of the people who were there, they asked if he sold meat, if he sells the sauce, and the answer was no. We were newlyweds, so we thought, okay, this will be a cute way for us to make a couple extra dollars and pay off some bills. So only friends and family were supposed to be coming by to get a meal from us.
Mhm.
There was a time though that someone came, and when they left, I asked Corey, "So who was that? Was that one of your coworkers?" He was like, "No, I thought you knew who that was."
Yeah, it's strangers
So
coming up to your house asking for
as,
food.
as soon as a stranger showed up, that was the end of that. I went online and got the business license and went through all I needed to start it as a business.
Sure.
Um, and we wanted to figure out how can we make this a supplement to our standard income without having to the expense of a brick and mortar and all of that. So we just happened to be at Metro Cruise and saw this gentleman on the side of the road with this trailer, and my husband swerved across every single lane of 28th Street to get to this trailer. And it just so happened that this gentleman was a very, very kind man, and he saw the glimmer. He saw it in Corey's eyes, and he was like, "You like this, huh?" And he's like, "Yes." And he's like, "Well, you want to come in? You want to look around? Do you think this is what you want to do?" And he's like, "I think this is what I want to do." And so he invited Corey to work with him for a weekend, and that's when the bug really, really bit hard.
And what year is this? Well, how long ago is this?
That was 2012, I believe.
Okay, so about almost 10 years ago is when
Yes.
all that happened. And then the food truck, you got the truck and you started heading out, and it became a huge hit. So when did you make the transition from the food truck to the brick and mortar we see behind you?
About 4 or 5 years ago, we transitioned to having the takeout location because we were doing so many events that having to cook out of the trailer just was not sufficient. We really needed more space. There were so many events we wanted to be tied to, and it ended up being that we were tied to these really large events, and doing so much food for so many people in a food truck is just not very convenient. Having pallets of things delivered to your house, not really the best thing. So the opportunity came for this takeout location, and that's when we moved in here. But it was all of it sounds like it was really easy, but none of this was easy. I mean, we thought at the time we had like 3,000 followers on social media from our food truck, and all the people would say, "You guys close every winter and we want barbecue all year long. You need an address." So we're like, "Hey, 3,000 people, we've got an address." And we sent that out to all those people. And on our first day open, we made $62.
Hey!
And we were like, "Whoa, what? We've quit our jobs. What is happening here?"
52, woo! Yeah, that's
So
not going to cut it, right?
we learned that the takeout is a totally different entity from the food truck.
1 second. Some extra spicy wings going on there. Okay.
That's not us this time. It has taken quite some time to build traffic to the takeout location. A lot of people still know us from the food truck and only know that we have a food truck. There's other people who only know we have a takeout, and we thought they would merge and meld together, but has not always been the case.
Well, let's help out right now. Then we'll let everyone know, where is this location for this takeout.
So we are at 2921 Eastern, which is just south of the cross section of 28th and Eastern. There's an AutoZone right across the street from us.
Okay, yeah.
And we once COVID hit, we reduced our hours of operation. So we're open Thursday through Sunday. Thursday through Saturday is 11 to 7. and then Sunday is 12 to 5.
Perfect. I love that. Right after church, swing on by Daddy Pete's, pick up some brisket. Sounds like an afternoon, right?
Oh
Sounds good.
yeah.
Speaking of, let me show you. I'm going to show a couple pictures in here. First off, I love that you offer this because I do a lot of the cooking, but I don't really want to all the time. And you have family meals.
Yes, absolutely. We know that a lot of people just they want to feed the full group, and we thought maybe kids wouldn't eat barbecue, but it's everyone from the kid to the grandma and grandpa. The whole family can dine together.
Okay, I have a confession to make for you, Tara. And by the way, if you're just now joining us, Tara and Corey, they are the owners of Daddy Pete's Barbecue. Yes, there is no Pete involved, but there's. If you missed the story, scroll back. We talked all about it. And they won a Preserve the Pit fellowship from Kingsford, which really is going to be a great resource for them. Not only because of there was a financial boost for them, not a phenomenal one, but hey, all money's good. But the key there is that the fellowship and to be able to talk to just titans of their industry that they're connected to. And as you heard earlier in the interview, not just lip service. We're talking 4 or 5 hour conversations, letting them know how to succeed and helping them out. That's for any business owner, that's priceless. I mean, people pay thousands for consultants, and here they are in this program with people who have been there and done that. So love that. They have a food truck and they have a takeout location, which you see Tara in front of right there. I don't know where I was going with this because I got sidetracked and I started smelling barbecue in my nose. But, I remember I was going to tell you a story. I have 2 daughters, Tara, and the oldest one, the first protein that she latched onto, and the one that she still craves and loves the best, is pulled pork. I mean, she would eat pulled pork at 2 years old like it was the last thing on earth. All right, she just loved it. Right now, of course, I'm doing the whole McCormick thing and calling it Daddy's recipe. Don't tell her. Okay, but nothing like the stuff that you guys are serving up. So we're so excited that you got that fellowship. We're so excited that you have this takeout location. But I wanted to end this interview talking a little bit about the culture of barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
And really, it's African American influences. Talk a little bit about how African American culture and barbecue have kind of just melded and become one.
Well, it has a very, very long history in the African American culture. It started with enslaved individuals who actually were the cooks for a lot of the parties and political events that were occurring. It was very popular for people of means to have these parties and to offer this type of food at their parties. And it was enslaved individuals who were the ones that were cooking, bringing all the recipes and the techniques to the whole process. So we've been in that for a very, very long time. And a lot of those recipes and styles of cooking have passed on from generation to generation.
Sure.
So that's one of the things that's really great about this program, because they're pouring into businesses, especially particularly Black-owned businesses, to ensure that the generational transition continues to happen. For a lot of us, businesses open and close with that one person. Our focus is to be that business, not the place that used to be open. Remember Daddy Pete's? Remember when
Oh no, don't say it. Don't say that.
We do not want that to be the case. But when we entered into this field, we had no idea how difficult and how many trials would come along with trying to maintain an actual business. Lots of us are able to cook up a slab of ribs or a few wings, but to be able to serve a community of people daily, consistently good with a consistent product. We make our own rub, we make our own sauce, we have locally sourced wood. Like, there's all these ingredients that are going into this that make it difficult. We could very easily go to a store and buy pre-made sauce, but we just have this commitment to high quality and all of that we want to pour into that, and we don't want all of this work and effort to go away when we go away. So we really want for this program to build a strong foundation for the business that lasts beyond us. We're hoping and praying that our nieces, nephews, and our daughter will tie into the mission and be the ones that carry it on. But whatever the case may be, we want Daddy Pete's to survive beyond us and to live a long life.
We do too, man. I am starving right now. I cannot just talking to you.
Yeah.
So
And part of the program, it really they even though it comes with a financial stipend, it we really don't get that until the end of the program. So we it's not like we've got a check sitting out back.
right, right.
The whole point of the process is to have that one-on-one interaction with a mentor
Yeah.
to really dive down. And this is a great time to do the dive down because we thought we knew where we were going with the business, but COVID kind of made us rethink some things. So it's a great time to re-envision who is Daddy Pete's, where are we going, and talk that out, flesh it out with some mentors who have experience, and then come up with a plan. And then with that plan, we would then put the funds with that to make that happen.
So let's talk aspirations then. You said the word plan. All right. Do we have one? Where do you see yourself and Daddy Pete's in 5 years?
We would love for Daddy Pete's to be that destination location for Grand Rapids, Michigan. You know, a lot of places they have aspirations to have multiple franchises across the country.
Right.
We would like to have a destination location. There is this place in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and we are going to travel there just because we've heard how great their food is. And honestly, we've already had quite a few people who have traveled here from places that we were like, how did you even hear about us? This is crazy. But we want to be that. And we do, before COVID, we really had aspirations to have transition to a sit down location because Grand Rapids is now beer central. We were really hoping to maybe do a partnership with a local brewery, barbecue and beer, and have a nice sit down location. But post COVID, we are really what saved us through this and has helped us keep our staff working is the fact that we were small. So really having to think through what is the next step? How do we really want to have a full sit down, or do we need to have a revised version of that? But these are all things we really need to think through because what we don't want to do is take another step that's too large that causes us to have to either shrink back or to close. So it's really going to take some really long, hard talks about where are we going.
And the good news is through this fellowship program, you've got people that you can talk to about stuff
Exactly.
like that. I mean, that's got to be amazing. I'm going to leave you here, but first I got to do a couple of quick questions and one more comment. I'm sure that anyone who's had your food has said, "Hey, this would be great as a chain. I can see this going across the whole nation. That'd be awesome." And we would be so proud of you if that happened. But secretly, we all want to keep you to ourselves. So thank you. Thank you for staying in Grand Rapids and staying here. And I'm sure the city loves that too, because they're like, yeah, Daddy Pete's, this is where it is. You gotta come here. Because we don't ever want to see you close up shop, and we don't ever want to see you get so big that you lose touch with your roots too. So I mean, we're pretty happy that you're here and that this fellowship program happened. Congratulations. I don't think I've neglected to even say that. Congratulations on winning that fellowship, and anything that we can do to support you. Once again, somebody watching this right now is like, I want some barbecue. Daddy Pete's is on social. I want some barbecue. Where do I go? How can people order this takeout? How can I order some I want some this weekend. All right. I'm not lying. I want some this weekend. How am I going to order some?
Well, we have, because after the Kingsford announcement, traffic has had a bit of an uptick. So we did have to temporarily suspend our online ordering while we come up with a better system so that our staff doesn't get eaten alive. So what we say is our hours are 11 to 7 or until sold out, and the early bird gets the worm.
Let's talk about that for a second. Now, I've seen numerous people go to barbecue joints, and I've overheard conversations. I'm a fan of barbecue, so I've heard these at these places where a guy will say, "Wait, what do you mean you sold out? You know, what are you doing? You're sold out. I drove all this way for some pulled pork or whatever." The way that you prepare the food and the unknown of how much food to prepare kind of limits what you do, right? I mean, to me, when I hear someone say we're sold out, it's kind of a testament for me to be like, oh, that place must be really good.
Yes, exactly. And we're so grateful. We have some very, very understanding customers who say, "Oh man, that's my fault for not getting there sooner," and that's a testament to how good your food is. And really, we this is up north. A lot of people follow the high and fast process of high heat, cook
Mm,
it fast.
mm-mm.
We do low and slow, and that features a totally not totally different protein, but a very different protein generally of like brisket, which takes at minimum 16 hours.
Yeah.
Our slow smoked beef ribs that you're showing there, those are not quick cooks. So when we run out, it's not as simple as just throw more on the grill because A, it's not a grill, B, it's a smoker and it takes a lot of time. So we've been here 9 years. So we have a general idea of how much we should cook, but we never know from day to day. And our main goal is to not have waste, A, and to not take today's food into tomorrow. So we cook fresh every single day, which is not always easy on us. That means 3 a.m. mornings for Corey every single day. It's almost like we're playing the same movie over and over every
Oh, it's
day.
a Groundhog Day, right? But a tasty one.
It's exactly. So it's our commitment to freshness and to making sure that we give everybody the absolute best. So um, we appreciate those who understand that
Hmm.
if you wait until 6:30, maybe sometimes even 5:30, you just have we ask people to have a flexible appetite.
That's a good term. I like that. Have a flexible appetite because you go you in your head. You're like brisket. I
Yeah.
want the brisket. Then you get there and you're like, oh no, so did everyone else. So, so now what am I gonna have? Well, the good news is everything on your menu is so tasty. So the chicken, the ribs, the pulled pork, all this goodness, it's all low and slow, right? That's the way it's done right at Daddy Pete's Barbecue. Tara, thank you so much for the time today, and congratulations again. We wish you nothing but
Thanks.
the best.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. That is Tara and her husband Corey, by the way, not on camera because he's busy making you food, Grand Rapids.
Yes.
So come get some. And don't forget, I'm going to show you some pictures here. Look at this. There's the ribs, slow smoked beef ribs. Brisket. Sure. I can go for some of that. Family meals. Yeah, they got that too. They have so much goodness waiting for you at Daddy Pete's Barbecue. So check them out today. Best thing to do is hop on social media. You always get those quick updates right there on Facebook. Follow Daddy Pete's Barbecue on social media. And we'll talk to you next time for another Morning Mix Social. Thanks for watching today. Appreciate it.